All right, we're rolling. Hopefully the audio's working. Interesting time to do this. Welcome to Real Talk with JJ. I'm JJ, 53-year-old guy. I have been into content for some time. I like the outdoors, even if bugs like me too. Got a small pond behind me with lots of activity. You might see something if we're lucky. I am here to share what I have learned on YouTube with this channel, and I'm also here to learn or to share what I've observed with other small channels, with big channels. First of all, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, they're all platforms. They're also all internet. There's so much out there on the internet, and there's a lot of false promises. So I had a few points that I wanted to make, as long as you don't mind with the bugs. I guess it's dinner time for them. One of them is numbers. I can see how this could become such an insane burnout. If you're trying to do things organically and you're not even having friends or people at work or family watch your videos, they say it's a long game. I think it's more than that. I think it's the endurance. I think the intrinsic reward has to be there. You have to look within. There's some creators that I really like, but I don't feel comfortable dropping names right now just because I don't want to seem like a hater. But there's this one creator I watch, and they're authentic and they're awesome. And I guess I'm criticizing a little bit. That's why I don't want to bring up their name. But when I get their emails, it's always about numbers. Like not only just views, but what they're making. And I think we have to be careful of that, because that can easily go into our minds, and that's what we want. We all want success, whether that's in money, whether that's in getting in just views. I just think we have to be very careful, because every upload we do is your personal journey, your upload. So the mental stress of numbers, that's another one. Oh, and how's my mic working? This is brand new, wireless. Hopefully it's working well. But I wasn't planning to record here, so maybe I'll move to a different spot because it is getting buggy. But I wanted to bring up another thing before I forget. SEO, the SEO Specialist. Since I started this channel in March 30th, I have received at least a half a dozen emails and also comments on my videos. Hello, I'm blankety blank. I'm an YouTube SEO marketing specialist, which they might be. But they're pretty much saying your view, they're following a script, and I'll tell you why I know they're following a script. Your content is great, it's very engaging, some positive twists and turns, they're always saying kind things. Then it's, I can help you, and what they want me, the creator, to hire them so they can boost my views. And whether that's redoing a title or SEO, descriptions, but what they have is a community of people, and I hate to say it, but even bots probably go to your channel, and then they'll make comments and all that. All right, so let me go back to what I was saying about the script. So I got an email from 3 different people. The script was almost identical, and it was just saying, you know, you're lacking views and all that, and they're using that as a fear tactic. Being 53, sitting here in buggy land, I'm not really worried about how many views I'm getting right now. I'm concerned about if I'm enjoying it and if I'm helping one person and if I'm learning. So if you're watching this, if you are a SEO expert or a scam artist, you're gonna have to look somewhere else. I would buyer beware, hands down. Another one that I really can't stand, this is kind of number 2, is small YouTubers gather here. They won't be gathered on my channel because it's very small. And then they'll say, oh, I support your channel, done and waiting. Community guidelines, this is against it. This is sub for sub. And I researched this. It's not just younger people, they're people my age. Why they're doing this? We're all desperate. There's so many content creators like these bugs above me right now. There's just so many of us. Sub for sub is stupid. I'd rather have 10 subscribers versus 10,000. And yeah, superficialness, vanity metrics are there, but what are people doing? What about the building something brick by brick? What about being patient? And that brings me into the thought of, where is this world going to? Instant gratification? What about delayed gratification? But done and waiting. If I see it on my channel, I will go ahead and not only block it, but ban those people. It's dumb. It's against community guidelines. It's sub for sub, and they're not even going to watch your content. So there's nothing there. There's just a human that subbed and gave you a number. Okay. So that's a pretty big red flag. So we talked about the SEO specialist. We talked about done and waiting. Watch out for that. And then there was one more, well, maybe two more, but one of them I fall in the trap because it's human nature. There's people that started similar to me and they're growing faster. And it's not that I get jealous. It's like, what can I do? So I have a music background. My whole life is based on craft. My whole life is based on repetition, consistency, doing it over and over again, understanding you're going to make mistakes. And I finally get to a point in my life where I just smile that I made the mistake because I'm grateful that I'm playing and I have the time to do that. But we have to be careful of imposter syndrome. We really do. It's out there. It's natural to an extent, but you might want to unfollow people because one journey, that's their journey. And we have to keep that in mind. We can learn, we can grow, but you want to think about when you're recording, what are you giving? How are you helping? So if you're starting from zero and getting subs, TubeBuddy will say this, expect no engagement, it's low. That's why specialists will come out and get you. But that's a huge red flag. Other ones, avoid. I got monetized in just 2 months or 2 weeks. I got 1,000 subscribers in a very small amount of time. It's kind of like, it's so annoying, and I'm hesitating because I don't want to swear, but it's kind of like making us underdogs feel awful. Like, wow, I'm a loser, I can't do this. But you can, if you're doing it organically and you're learning your audience and you're taking the time. This might sound a little, not cliche, but a little, I don't know, dumb, but I look at it this way. Today I had to do some garden. I had to remove a very small tree from our house and I wanted to replant it. It was an oak tree. I'm digging and digging and digging. It's only like 3 or 4 years old, but the roots were in there. Spoiler alert, I think I killed the tree. I wanted to replant it. My point is, even though if it was there, maybe even 5 years, that's a lot of time for growth. And the tree is still small where I can just pick it up with one hand versus the massive tree. Time is not always on our side, but if we can execute patience and appreciate what we're doing now, then we can continue to grow. And that's how I am as a person now, and that's how I think a lot of people should be. So SEO specialists, use ChatGPT, use TubeBuddy, research. There's ways to do it. The done and waiting, red flag. And there are some people that have new channels, but they have already succeeded on YouTube. And what I mean by that is they have, I can't even remember the person's name, but I would bring it up. They have like 1 million subscribers on one, and they make that clear. They have the gold plaques behind them, so they're doing the walk. They can take out of that million less than 2% and then put them on this channel or just tell them so they can get movement and bodies. And don't forget, there are healthy ways to promote through money because you can push views. A lot of people are doing that too. And I'm bringing all this up is to give yourself a fighting chance. 1, be kind to yourself. Just go for it. 2, don't beat yourself up, because if you do, we won't make it and the bugs will eat us. Hopefully this makes sense. I had fun recording it, and for some reason, I don't know, the bugs maybe thought I was boring, so they left too. Bye-bye. Where are the frogs? What is that? I gotta go. My son would be like, Dad, there's nothing there.